What's up, YouTube? This incredibly insightful, intelligent, entertaining product placement talk is about how how I protect my energy as an empath. What? You're calling yourself an empath? You look like a narcissist. That's so narcissistic of you to call yourself an empath. Well, I agree. I agree. But the reality is that energy is something that we can feel um, and sense around us. And I don't have any scientific evidence for this, but I think that every single person has the ability to become an empath. It is literally has to do with your spiritual health is how I would describe that. And I'll tell you right now how I went from not being an empath to an empath like that. It was a really interesting experience. I had no knowledge of what an empath was or that energy could be felt at all until I started experiencing it myself and looking into it because I was like, Aka, excuse me, what the fuck is going on? And so yeah, I was having a really rough time in life, and I just realized there were some things that were out of my control. And I want to center myself here. Just some things that were out of my control. Um, what is in my control is the fact that I'm back in my winter coat vibe. I just wanted to share that with you. If you've seen my other videos, the winter coat vibe is back. And I shared in some of the other videos, I just got a haircut. Now, I woke up like this. So it's not, I didn't shower or anything, just like my first YouTube video ever. Check it out. But this haircut is called, it's called a messy look anyways. I call it controlled chaos. If you've seen my video, how to control your chaos, I would highly recommend checking that out if you have not. But basically, I'm going to talk about right now how I became an empath and how I protect my energy as an empath. And I'm just using that term to become relatable to you. So you have something to go off of. But the reality was I was unsatisfied in life, and I felt like the things that I had done up to that point weren't necessarily working out. And yeah, it was just out of my control. There were things happening, and I'm a very confident individual. You can tell by my body language. Look at my eye contact with the camera. I'm a very confident individual usually. Now, I am not without insecurities and weaknesses that humans all have. Even today, I was just thinking my videos are getting an average of probably 10 to 15 views on my long form content at this point. Now my shorts are popping off, I'm getting a couple thousand. I started YouTube 2 weeks ago. Specifically 13 days ago, I believe. And I've had some minor success, but doubts creep in as humans. So I just want to let you guys know that it's normal on the path to success to have doubts and to not feel like maybe this is actually going to work out, but to keep pushing forward. And maybe you'll have confusing thoughts. Maybe like something is trying to distract you, but you have to stay the course. If this is what you want, and this is what I want, I would like to share the knowledge that I have and the experiences that I have with you guys on the internet. Hopefully to help you become the best version of yourself. I use ChatGPT to create my bio on YouTube here, and I forgot what it is already. but it's had something to do with fueling your mind and spirit. But anyways, I'm going to get back to exactly what I was talking about, where I said that I was going through some things that were out of my control. And I was experiencing feelings that I didn't know how to deal with. And I was at a point in life where I was getting chopped every day and playing a bunch of video games and jerking off and things like that. And this was probably 5 years ago now. And somebody invited me to a church. Now, I'm not super big on church. I don't really like it. But I was there, and the pastor had said something like, do you want to, or like Jesus is knocking on the door of your heart, or something like that. And I had previously known that at some point we have to surrender our lives to God. And I was not necessarily wanting to do that. But I was at a point where my life was pretty crappy. And I thought that what I wanted to do was get all the sinning out of the way, sin as much as I wanted, and then when I was done sinning, then I could become a Christian or whatever it is. And I've ultimately found that to not be true. Okay, so I ultimately found that to not be true. You don't need to stop sinning. What I ended up doing was just saying something to the effect of, God, I would like you to enter my life or my heart and guide me, in a prayer while I was sitting at that church, just silently. I didn't want to be, that at certain churches they were like, who wants to accept Jesus today? And I was like, not necessarily. I definitely don't want to publicly do that. That's weird for me. But I just realized, man, I could feel the Spirit, and I was like, maybe I'll just try it out. What's the worst that could happen? I just said something like, God, I would like you to enter my heart and guide me. And ultimately after that, when I opened my eyes, I saw the world differently. It was almost as if I cared about people for the first time in my life, and maybe I never had before. So that was a really interesting experience, to care about another person. I don't think I had ever cared about another person before, and I was about probably 22 when this occurred. And now I've formed attachments in the past and had emotional relationships, whether it be friends and females, whatever it is, but not actually caring about someone else's well-being or their needs, or even acknowledging that they had feelings. That was a new experience for me. And ultimately what started happening after that was I started feeling energy around me, like real weird stuff. Like I could look at a person, and then I would be like, that person's feeling anxiety. That person has an energy of fear. That person has an energy of lust. And I could acknowledge that these were not my feelings. They were feelings that were out here somewhere, coming from that person, beaming off of this person over here. And I was self-aware enough that I was not having anxiety. I'm not having anxiety, but why do I feel it somewhere? It's somewhere around me. It was a really weird experience. And then I started seeing, I could pinpoint almost as if there was like a spiritual being standing in front of me or next to me or in between me and a person, trying to keep me away from this person. And it was just such a weird experience. And I'm like, what the actual fuck is going on here? This is not a normal thing. I've never heard anyone have this experience before. I don't know what's going on. And I was getting real worried. Like, what exactly is, what's going on? I don't know if you've ever had this experience. Like, please comment this in the comments. But I could feel like energy, and it's more, I can read body language really good. We have this book up here called Cues. Cues is about human body language. I recommend it. Vanessa Van Edwards. And I have this other one right here. Now, I haven't read this one yet. Read People Like a Book. But I would like to read this, but I have not read this one before, okay? But those two are about human body language and reading other people, and I don't encourage you to analyze every little thing about everybody, because then you're going to start going crazy. But the reality is that you can tell, I'm sure Chris Voss even talks about this, you can tell somebody. One of the things in Vanessa Van Edwards' book is competence versus warm cues. So warm is like, hey, I'm a friendly person, I'm safe to approach. But competence cues, so friendly is like upward hand or palm up, and competent is palm down. So I'm a competent individual right now as I'm talking to you. And I'm going to revert to my power pose. This is a competence body language cue that generally reflects your inner being. So when I'm using this cue, it generally is going to reflect how I feel inside. And I wouldn't necessarily encourage you to just get all in and study human body language. That's quite Machiavellian of you to do that. But I think it's important to see that what other people are thinking from the body language side. Now, that's completely separate from the energy side. How I protect my energy as an empath is the title of today's talk. And what I learned through this process is that we can feel other people's energy. We can get energies attached to us. They can separate from us. My energy affects the people around me, it seems. And ultimately, how I would describe this experience is that, and I'm starting to feel some. Okay, so ultimately how I would describe this is that energy can attach itself to you. Maybe there's energy out there that doesn't want me to make this video because somebody could be helped, okay? And this energy may come to me and try and prevent me from sending it to you, okay? Or you may have an energy attached to you that is trying to tell you in your mind, don't watch this guy, he's lying to you, don't watch him, stay away from that video, don't click on that video, right? And he's got a demon attached to him, whatever it is. And basically these energies, the Bible would maybe call them demons. I don't know what other spiritual texts would call these. I would refer to it as energy. Light energy versus dark energy. Energy of confusion. Energy of clarity and peace. Okay? You can feel someone's spirit when they have an energy of peace and safety when you talk to them, versus somebody who has an energy of I'm a snake vibes. And those people I would recommend staying away from. And so that's going to lead me into my first point here. product placement. And what that is that you need to protect your energy from the people around you, okay? So I grew up being very extroverted. I love chatting with people. I love genuine human connection. I love shooting the shit with people, just having a good time. I just enjoy, one of the greatest joys in life for me is just genuine human connection, just doing something funny with your friends, right? This is very toxic, and I don't recommend this, but one of our friends, when we were a child, he jumped in his garbage can, and he, I don't know, we were just maybe like 10 goofing around. He got in his garbage can, like at the end of the driveway when the garbage is coming out after it had been emptied, and he just, shut the lid. And so there was a bungee cord on top, and we shut him in there. And he was in there for a little bit, and he couldn't get out. And I guess, according to one of my friends, the story was that we did eventually let him out. And he ran inside crying to his parents. There was, parents were called, let's just say that. So like I was saying, as a child, and growing up, I didn't know that other people had feelings. To me and all my friends, that was just hilarious that we locked him in there. And we talk about it a lot when we're hanging out. But it is just a really funny experience from when we were like 10 that we had. But I'm losing my train of thought here. I'm just going to circle back to protecting our energy from other people. And certain people, like I said, they have their own energy to them, okay? They have good or bad, light or dark energy. And I just remembered my thought. Now, once again, this is a one-take video. I do not edit this. This is real. This is raw footage of me at home. So what I was saying is I enjoy genuine human connection. And I enjoy those experiences with my friends, and we laugh about it. We're all friends. The kid that we locked in he's doing very well. We're still friends. So the relationship has been mended. And if somebody does something to you like that, forgive them. But basically, I love human companionship and friendship. And I was very extroverted. I love to chat with you. I love to chat with this person. I want to know what this person is about. I want to know what that person is about. I want to learn everything. I want to hear what your worldview is. You're from Iraq. I want to hear what your worldview is. You're from India. I want to hear what your worldview is. You're from South America. I want to hear what your worldview is. If you came from Asia, I want to hear what your worldview is. If you come from America, I don't want to hear about your worldview. I'm just kidding. That's where I live. Yeah, I like to experience that, and I like to experience what other people are experiencing in life and what their perspective is, so I can get a better understanding of my own reality. And that's where I learned a lot of these things about energy from other religions like Buddhism, the Tao Te Ching, even Hinduism has a lot of interesting things. I really like the idea of the chakras. That was something new to me, but I also read the Bible. And I think that's God's word, and I think it's a great book. And I think that the creator of the universe wants to have a personal relationship with you. But getting back to your energy here. Now, Excess Energy, the sponsor of this video, I recently became, I'm an affiliate partner with Amazon, and so all the books that I'm going to talk about are going to be in the Amazon link. But Excess Energy is a energy drink company, and this one has no caffeine. It's B vitamins, so I go with this. But what happens is when we're talking to other people, those people could be leeching off our energy or sharing their negative energy with us. And so there's another book right here that's going to talk about that right here. Boundaries. Boundaries. You need to have boundaries. There's another one, Boundaries in Dating. Boundaries, okay? This is how you protect your energy. Read this book. Boundaries, and Boundaries in Dating. It's right up here in my shelf. I'm not going to pull it off, okay? So you have to be able to discern whether this individual is in your life because they are a good thing or they are a time waster. There's another book, it's yellow, Redeeming Your Time. I would check that out. I'll put that in the link too. Redeeming Your Time. It's about how Jesus managed his time. Jesus was not, hey, I'm so nice to everybody. Jesus was on a fucking mission, and he carried out the mission. If you weren't part of the mission, he really didn't care about you, in a sense, okay? He cares about everybody, but in a sense, he did not care. He was there to do the mission, and that was it, okay? Jesus was probably an introvert based on his behavior, okay? Jesus protected his energy. He spent a lot of time one-on-one with God in order to be rooted, okay? So protecting my energy. Number one, protecting my energy, boundaries with the people around me. Boundaries with the people around me, okay? I don't just share my energy with everyone, okay? This is incredibly important. If I share my energy with everyone, I don't have any energy left to give you guys a quality fucking YouTube video because I'm fucking spent. If your parents want to invite you over for dinner every day, that could be toxic energy, even if they're good Christian, healthy people, okay? They're coming from a self-serving standpoint generally. So is their energy coming from a self-serving standpoint, or are they trying to help you? Are they trying to help you because they want to feel good about themselves? Or do they genuinely want to help you? Because if they want to help you genuinely and it's not about them, they won't care if you don't take their advice. If I tell you some fucking truth on here and you don't want to hear it, I don't give a fuck, because it's not about me being the one who saves you. Oh wow, that guy saved me with his boundaries book and his excess energy. I don't care about that, okay? I'm here to give you the fucking truth, whether you like it or not. And if you don't like it, turn off the fucking video, okay? So that's what I got to say to you. Now, I don't want your views. I don't want your views. If you're watching this video because you want to appease me, don't just turn the video off right now. I really don't want that kind of energy on my channel. I want people who are genuinely here to connect with me and who genuinely want to go on the path that I'm going on and to be the best version of themselves and to honor God with their lives and to achieve greatness, to become the best version of themselves, achieve greatness, okay? That's what I want. If you're not one of those people, if you want to be a bum fucking loser, that's okay if you turn the video off, okay? I have no negative emotions towards you. Everyone gets to make decisions with their life, and you can do that, okay? And the other way I want to talk about protecting my energy is not just the people, but the content that I consume, okay? I am not going to consume content with negative energy attached to it, okay? There was this specific song I listened to. I got a real dirty feeling afterwards. I was like, there's some really sus energy in this song. Maybe I shouldn't be listening to this song anymore. It's taking up emotional capacity. Just like the people, the song, maybe that movie is trying to subconsciously give you a lustful energy. Or that song talking about a lot of sexual things, planting sexual thoughts in your brain, getting you to think about that. And now that energy of lust is attached itself to you. Healthy sexual attraction is a great thing. It's an awesome experience. But lust is not. It is a blockage to your connection to the divine. Okay? So protecting your energy, things like unforgiveness, creating an energy field around you that is negative. Unforgiveness, negative thoughts, not positive thinking. Attachments to success. I talked about that in my previous video. The one about energy transmutation. I really struggled with unhealthy attachment to success. And I don't want to have that. I don't want to have an unhealthy attachment to success. It caused me to have a lot of negative energy attached to me. Okay? And if you don't believe all this energy stuff, that's totally fine. I'm just using these words to describe experiences that I had. Okay? So we had number 1 was protect ourselves from the people around us. And number 2 is protect ourselves from the content around us. And now number 3 is going to be protect yourself from unhealthy levels of dopamine. Things like porn, bad for your energy. Things like binging Netflix. Things like scrolling Facebook Reels or whatever it is. Things like eating sugar is going to affect your energy negatively, okay? I had to do a dopamine detox, okay? I was completely numb to energy. I went from being extremely sensitive to energy to numbing myself to the energy using marijuana and things like that. Now I'm back. I'm very in tune with my energy because of fasting, not sugar, no fucking McDonald's, no junk food, things like that. Now, it's okay to have, like I said in one of the other videos, Wingstop, and I got Wingstop 2 days in a row because I had long shifts at work and I just wanted to relax and enjoy some Wingstop. But excess salt and things like garbage food is not going to be good for your energy. You will feel it, depending on how in tune you are, you will feel that. So I want you to encourage a dopamine detox and fasting. I participate in intermittent fasting. I'm not religious about this, but I wake up and I eat maybe a banana in the morning, but I would try to have, maybe I'll go like 3-4 hours and then I'll have what my diet specifically consists of. I'll explain it to you right now. I wake up, maybe I have a banana, maybe I don't. 3 to 4 hours later, generally, if I'm at work, I'm going to have a light meal with no carbs. Specifically, I'll generally do 3 hard-boiled eggs, 1 orange, and half a broccoli crown. And I will eat that same meal about 3 hours later, just to give my body some sustained fuel. And so, because I burn a lot of calories, your mind burns a lot of calories. So I want to give myself fuel so I can be at my best. So I start my morning mental clarity. No food if possible. That's going to give me my peak mental clarity. And then as the day goes on, I'm going to slowly insert food into my day so that I can maintain a level of energy, or an energy drink with no caffeine, caffeine-free excess energy. I am an affiliate partner with Amazon and the Amway Corporation. Both of them, the links will be in the description of the video. I have my own store. Now, why do I recommend no caffeine? Caffeine increases your dopamine a lot, okay? I can get healthy energy from this. Now, if you're a fucking zombie who gets chopped every day, this is not going to give you pretty much any energy because you need a caffeine high, okay? This isn't going to give you a caffeine high. It's going to give you sustained energy, sustained healthy energy. And there's this flavor, and there's like a cranberry grape one. You can click and just look up excess energy or whatever. In my link, you can buy it from my store. But what's happening is too much dopamine affects my perception of the spirit's spirit world, spirits, energies around me, okay? If I have too much dopamine, I can't perceive reality clearly. You can't perceive reality clearly if you're high. You can't perceive reality clearly if you're on caffeine. In my personal experience, being in tune with the spiritual realm and energies, okay? No, I'm approaching 30 minutes here, 30 minutes and 28 seconds at this exact moment. So what I want to do is kind of wrap this video up, but let me finish with this. Protect your energy from the people around you. I would recommend that you become more introverted than extroverted, okay? Protect your energy from content, bad content like porn, things like that, scrolling on reels. Protect your energy from the food that you eat, sugar. I'll do another video after this on dopamine and the things that affect your dopamine. But this all ties in together. All of my videos tie in together. And I want you to be protected from these things so you can be here now. So you can be present in the moment. I am 100% present in the moment right now. Now, for a second during this video, you saw it. I had to stop and think for a second because I was not present in the moment. I felt something that was affecting me and preventing me from being present in the moment. And I need to be present in the moment in order to deliver quality content with you guys. I'm not high. I'm not on pills. I ate one banana today, okay? I am locked in. I am laser focused. Look at my eyes. My eyes tell you I'm fucking serious. Fucking believe it is my tagline. So this content that I shared with you today, fucking believe it. Have a wonderful day. Check out XS Energy Drink, caffeine free. There is caffeine ones available on there. I also have other products like makeup, high quality makeup, sports nutrition bars, muscle multiplier, shampoo, home products, everything on there. I highly recommend you check that out. And you buying products from there is supporting me creating content for you guys. So that's how I make an additional income delivering these fire ass fucking videos for you guys. So I love all of you. Take care.